American balls, American guts, American badassery is back, ladies and gentlemen. JD Vance and President Trump have absolutely ignited the entire internet in a complete combustible ball of fire. I can't wait to share this with you. I've got so much to share with you today. I've got JD Vance torching this liberal beta soy boy influencer, as well as President Trump absolutely demolishing Chicago Mayor Brandon Only Black Lives Matter Johnson. And then I've also got something to share of CEO of Bed Bath & Beyond demolishing, you guys see this, demolishing Gavin Newsom, and also a video that's going viral that's kind of implicating that Gavin Newsom's into something even more shady than we realize, perhaps. I'm going to share that with you. And then last but not least, Speaker Mike Johnson saying President Trump was an informant? What? I can't wait to share that clip with you. But first, look at this. Okay, so you guys have probably seen the video of the boat that was bombed by the U.S. military, which carried a bunch of narco-terrorists, trained Aragua gang members who were smuggling in God knows what kind of poisonous contraband, etc., into our country. And JD Vance posted this on X saying, killing cartel members who poison our fellow citizens is the highest and best use of our military. And then this liberal soy boy beta anti-American pro-communist Krasenstein says, killing the citizens of another nation who are civilians without it. He even sounds, you know what I'm going to try to do? I'm going to try to do it in his voice because he literally sounds as weak and pathetic as you would think. This is exactly what he sounds like. Killing the citizens of another nation who are civilians without any due process is called a war crime. And the JD Vance says, I don't give a beep what you call it. It has absolutely electrified the entire internet. Everybody is losing their marbles, especially the radical left. See, they admitted they are radical authoritarians, and they don't care about due process. First of all, since when do criminal, gangster, thug, drug smugglers deserve due process? Can somebody explain that to me? As a matter of fact, you want to poison American children? You want to poison American citizens? I don't think that was enough. I think we should do a lot more than that, as a matter of fact. Not only do they not deserve due process, not only did they deserve that bomb, but they deserve a lot worse than that. I can't wait to get your thoughts on this. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Now, there are protests as I'm even recording this, because I'm staying abreast of all the latest, of Chicagoans. You had Governor Pretzel and Mayor Do Nothing. I kind of call them the same, Mayor and Karen Bass and Johnson. Mr. Only Black Lives Matter. He is a bona fide race hustler and race baiter. They are Trump-proofing Chicago. You got protests in the streets as we speak. And look at what you thought what JD Vance said was so apropos and perfect. And by the way, they just changed the Department of Defense into the Department of War, which I think is so awesome. And this is what Trump posted about Chicago and sending in the National Guard, who have literally saved Washington, D.C. Check this out. So just a little bit of context. President Trump signed an executive order on Friday renaming the Department of Defense to the Department of War, reviving its pre-1949 title to emphasize military strength and peace through strength. This decision, supported by Secretary Pete Hegseth, has drawn sharp criticism from signaling a more aggressive posture amid global tensions and potential domestic interventions, such as in Chicago, where Trump highlighted weekend violence. Chicago has been the absolute worst. This is what he posted. Check this out. Tell me you don't absolutely love this, especially if you're my age and you actually remember the movie. Our president, Mr. Badass, Mr. Theodore Roosevelt reincarnated, says, I love the smell of deportations in the morning. Chicago about to find out why it's called the Department of War. Look at that picture. Chipocalypse. Chippecopolis now. Look at that picture right there. This is from our actual president, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me you don't love that. And by the way, Chicago residents are all for this. I shared a couple of videos last week of residents lining up, testimony after testimony, saying this mayor, this governor have completely abandoned them. They can't even walk down the street. Very similar to what happened in Washington, D.C., where you have D.C. residents finally saying, you know what? I can take my wife to dinner. I can take my kids to the Capitol without having to look over my shoulder. I've said it once. I've said it twice. I've said it ad nauseum. The only reason they ever protect these criminal thugs is because that is literally their voter base. Quite frankly, simply put, right there to the point, verified through and through my due diligence, qualitative and quantitative research. If you want the key to a Democrat's heart, all you got to do is break the law. This puts so much pride. This sends such a powerful message to thugs, anti-Americans, insurrectionists, terrorists, criminals, and anybody who dares burn our flag. This is America first. This is America pride. This is the greatest country God and man have ever known. And it's about time we start acting like it instead of kowtowing to the woke mob that wants to cancel everything. You can't say this. You can't say that. You can't mispronoun, misgender. Enough is enough. We made our voice resolutely clear on November 5th, 2024. And now we've got a badass president and a badass vice president who are emblematic and manifesting what we all feel inside. By the way, their staff, Caroline Leavitt, Stephen Miller, the White House, J.D. Vance, they all watch the show. Let them know how much this makes you feel. I have red, white, and blue tattooed inside my heart. And I have a feeling you do too. Let them know how you think and feel in the comments down below. Now, okay, next, this is a Bed Bath & Beyond executive, Marcus Lemonis. Listen to what he says, calling out Gavin Newsom about Bed Bath & Beyond not opening up any stores because Newsom's essentially driving out every resident, every business, small, medium, and big, because he's an absolute abysmal failure. Check out this beautiful, demolishing statement that I think really resonates with everything you need to know about Newsom. Watch this.
Would you say the way to split that difference, okay, between what I guess Trump is selling and a little bit of what you just fled in California, because you took Bed Bath & Beyond out of California because you felt like the government was complicating business, no?
Wasn't complicating. It was making it impossible to make money. And the idea behind business is to make money. And if you can't make money, what are you doing? Because you're putting the rest of the enterprise at risk.
And so you kind of felt like it just wasn't sustainable in the sense that you could have grinded it out, but there were better places to be.
Here's what I was hoping happened. I tried to take a real high road, really an intellectual approach with the governor. And I didn't actually name him in the statement. I didn't call him out for anything. I just said it's expensive to do business there. What I would have anticipated is a governor of a state, as he likes to tell me several times, the fourth largest economy in the world, would have said, hey, listen, Marcus, what you're saying is nonsense. I don't agree with you. I'm not going to spend time with you because you're an idiot, but I'm going to assign a staff member, somebody, just somebody talk about it at all. Instead, what I got back was snark and sarcasm and, quite frankly, a high level of immaturity. If you're seeking an office that's higher than the governorship, you have to be willing to have conversations with people from foreign countries, from domestic businesses, private citizens, willing to talk about things that you may not necessarily agree with. He doesn't want to do that. And for me, it was a fait accompli for him.
Are we noticing a trend here? You notice how the actual people who are building, creating jobs, creating economies, actually opening up large enterprises, businesses, actual people who get things done, roll up their sleeves, work their butts off, time and time again, the most influential people in the world, they look at these hypocrites and go, boy, you guys are like, I mean, if you were working for my company, I wouldn't even spit on you. Quite literally. This is what I've been trying to say about academics. I've worked at all these universities. They literally look down through their nose. They don't care about you. They think you are cockroaches, vermin, and they think they know better about what's good for your future than we do ourselves. They don't even care the fact that 77 million people voted and that for President Trump, and that he got the popular vote for the first time in God knows how long for a Republican candidate, and a whole lot more. All the swing states, never mind the fact that he obliterated Kamala, and the fact that Kamala Harris didn't win a single state that actually required voter ID, which is so monumentally important. But you're noticing this trend. I can't wait to get your thoughts and comments on this. I couldn't agree more with Marcus Lemonis. I mean, the guy actually was hoping. I mean, think about it. Wouldn't you say, like, hey, Marcus, hold on. He's so empty. He's such an empty vessel that he actually thinks he's so inauthentic. He actually thinks, you know what? Instead of actually doing the right thing, instead of serving the people, I'm going to try to act and imitate Trump. And maybe that'll get me some votes. And actual Democrats are endorsing this tactic, if you can believe it. It's just completely nuts. Case in point, speaking of American psycho Newsom, how do you make sense of this behavior right here? Look at the way he moves. I mean, if you watch this on mute, you would think that this gentleman, I call him a gentleman, that's a reach. You would think that this guy has some serious ailment. Watch Newsom right here in a recent press conference. It's like, I don't know what's going on here. Give me one person who moves like this. Watch.
I feel strange. It's interesting. I've been on a journey like most people, feeling great, feeling stressed, feeling doubtful. The last 2 days, I don't know what it is. I think it's maybe the dust settling after Madison Square Garden, seeing how that went, kind of a roller coaster. But something's happened the last few days, and I'm telling you, that Des Moines Register poll, I mean, I don't know. I don't expect Iowa necessarily going in the blue column, but it says something to me that is of outsized importance potentially in terms of the outcome of this race. So I'm feeling honestly much better than I was even 24 hours ago. The last few days.
What do you think it's saying?
I think the biggest challenge.
I mean, somebody make it make sense. Who moves? I think it's like this, and boy, we're doing a lot of this, and 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 we clap like this. This guy is an American psycho, pure and simple. He is clinically nobody who's normal moves like that. It is so awkward and bizarre, and his eyes are always bloodshot red. You know, they did cognitive tests on President Trump. They did all sorts of tests on candidates, etc. If this guy actually thinks that he can run for president, they need to do some sort of a drug test. Am I the only one who thinks, though? Let me know in the comments down below. Okay, the last clip I want to share with you today. Speaker Mike Johnson. I mean, this was kind of an off-the-cuff interview of Speaker Mike Johnson saying that President Trump was an FBI informant on Epstein? What? Watch this.
That he's not saying that what Epstein did is a hoax. It's a terrible, unspeakable evil. He believes that himself. When he first heard the rumor, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He was an FBI informant to try to take this stuff down. The president knows and has great sympathy for the women who have suffered these unspeakable harms. It's detestable to him. He and I have spoken about this as recently as 24 hours ago.
He was an FBI informant at Mar-a-Lago. I'm going to play it for you one more time because it's just a fast clip. But it sounds to me that Speaker Mike Johnson is saying that Donald Trump, President Trump, was an FBI informant. Am I nuts? Let's watch it one more time.
He's not saying that what Epstein did is a hoax. It's a terrible, unspeakable evil. He believes that himself. When he first heard the rumor, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He was an FBI informant to try to take this stuff down. The president knows and has great sympathy for the women who have suffered these unspeakable harms. It's detestable to him. He and I have spoken about this as recently as 24 hours ago.
I mean, call me crazy, but it sounds like the Speaker of the House is saying that President Trump was an FBI informant against Epstein. This is the most bizarre video clip I've come across since this entire Epstein case has started. And it just goes to show that this thing is not going away. I've said this many, many times. I've actually echoed what Speaker Mike Johnson has said, that he's not dismissing what the victims have gone through. He's not calling that a hoax. He's calling what the Democrats are doing when they keep saying, why don't you release it? Is it because you're on there? He's a pedo, et cetera, et cetera. That's what he's referring to as a hoax. And it's getting a lot of people mad on both sides. Even conservatives and Republicans are saying, like, stop calling it a hoax, but they don't understand where he's directing that adjective towards. He's directing it towards the Hippocrats, which is absolutely true because they had control over all three branches of the government and oversight over all the intelligence communities for God knows how many years before Trump came along. Why didn't they release it then? They tried to imprison him. They tried to put him in jail, debank him, smear him, assassinate him, for crying out loud. You don't think they would have thrown that as well if he was actually incriminated in those files? Give me a break. But this whole notion that he was an FBI informant, I mean, this might require a lot more for me to dig into, but I just want to share that with you. And I would really love to get your thoughts. Let me know what you think of what Speaker Mike Johnson said down below. JD Vance, President Trump, thank you so much for bringing American badassery back. We love you with every fiber of our being. Let me know what you think. Tap that thumbs up if you love America. The mission here is to make common sense go viral. So all you got to do is tap that thumbs up. Doesn't cost you a thing. You could even do it on your TV with your remote. Please do so. Leave a comment. Share this with everybody. Check out these videos coming up on the screen right here just in case you missed them. Tap my face right here to subscribe and follow. It's absolutely free. And as always, may God bless you and may God bless the United States and all who defend her. I'll see you soon.